Hey guys, it's new comic book day, and I guess I was in the mood to buy a lot of comics. These aren't all new. I browsed through the dollar bins and got 10 books. Probably nothing I needed, just felt like buying more comics, I think. But anyway, the new things I got today, this Wednesday, include Adventures of Batman. This cover Adventures of Superman. This cover kind of threw me. It looked like it was something else. It says Joker live in Metropolis for one night. It only has Adventures of Superman in tiny print up there. Yeah. So that really kind of threw me off, and I almost said, "Hey, wait a minute! This doesn't belong in my stack, in my pull list." Not in my pull list, but I grabbed off the shelves. Brass Sun. I liked issue number 1 a lot. I wasn't sure if I'd get issue number 2. There was only one copy left, so I grabbed it. I do kind of like it, but I'm spending too much. I only had Ms. Marvel number 1 digitally, and I saw this reprint and thought I'd get it because I really love Ms. Marvel, so I want them all physically. I don't really care if it's a first or second print, or maybe this is the 4th printing. All to the good. It means Ms. Marvel is selling well. Here's the book I'm actually looking forward to the most. I'll probably read first, Future's End. I really like weekly books, I'm discovering, and Future's End is doing the weekly book really well. I do think it'll read well in trade too, but it's well designed as a fun weekly book. Batman Eternal also tends to be fun, but is really much more up and down, and you can feel there's more sloppiness going on in Batman Eternal. This one is illustrated by Michael Janin. Too bad they didn't get him to do the cover either. He's the artist. Those of us who have been longtime Justice League Dark readers have learned to love Michael Janin's artwork. I think he finally stopped doing Justice League Dark, but he was stuck on it longer than anyone else. I think this is another Gilliam Marsh cover. It's hard to tell. It's not a bad cover. You got a blimp there. Red Lanterns. I'm also pretty psyched for this. Hopefully, yeah, it's still Charles Soule. I don't know if Supergirl is still involved. I'm kind of sad that Supergirl's not permanently part of the Red Lanterns because she was a really good addition. Trees number 2. Very psyched for this. I'll probably read this second after Future's End. I really loved issue 1. It's my kind of sci-fi. But there's a lot of good books out because Mercenary C is also very high on my list of a favorite book. And there's Ms. Marvel, the current issue, number 5. It's kind of a different cover than we've seen before. A little less in-your-face superhero-y, more meditative. Also a book I'm looking forward to a lot. Undertow. I'm going to keep... This is, I think, going to end on issue 6. It doesn't say on the cover. Oh, great. They stuck me with the variant. I guess I should look closer at my pull list books and check what's on the shelves, because usually I don't like the variant covers better. And they, for whatever reason, they often stick the variant covers into the pull list. I assume these are variant covers that are not, 1 in 1,000 or whatever. They're just regular variant covers where they do 2 different covers of a book. Anyway, Undertow is interesting. It's not one of my favorite comics. It has really cool art, which is another reason why I would like the cover by the actual artist. Really cool coloring, a lot of interesting ideas, interesting characters, hard to understand exactly what's going on. It'll soon be over. Sovereign was getting extra interesting in the last issue. I don't love the art. The story might be interesting. It's kind of a slow burn, as you kind of expect from the big fat fantasy novels, which it's kind of emulating, a la Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings or a billion other fantasy trilogies. Ghost is the first issue solo written by Chris Sabella without Kelly Sue DeConnick. Also with, yet again, another artist, Jan Dersima, who I think of as a really good artist, but I saw some previews of the pages in here and the art didn't look that good. So I'm not sure what's going on there. This may be one I'll be dropping soon since I'm getting too many books. Another book to be very psyched for, Saga. Although I feel kind of heart dropping down that the parents apparently are going to split up, as we were told at the very end of last issue. A frequent thing to happen to kids, but still very sad. Okay, those are all my new books, which I guess were, I think, 13, which for me is a crazy huge haul, so why would I buy 10 more old books? I just felt like flipping through the dollar bins because it's fun. So given that I have a 20% discount, they're really 80-cent books, so who can say no to that? But often what it does is I find 2 issues of a 4-issue run. I'm looking at that right now. So now I've got to find the other 2 issues, and whether I'll be able to do that easily or not is another question. But this is Michael Moorcock's Hawkmoon. I remember reading his Hawkmoon novels when I was a kid and really enjoying them. So I thought it'd be fun to see the comic book versions. This kind of looks like a P. Craig Russell cover. This is old enough that they don't credit the artists on the cover. This is from First Comics, probably back in the 80s. So Hawkmoon, the Mad God's Amulet. I remember reading that novel. Don't remember what it was about, but I remember liking it. Oh crap. I thought I got 2 comics in the Hawkmoon series. But this one is Hawkmoon Jewel in the Skull, number 4 of 4. And this, as I said, is the Mad God's Amulet, number 3 of 4. So, well, stuff to look for in the long run. Loki, Agent of Asgard, I got for $1, issue number 3. I had got the first 2 issues and really liked them, but kind of decided to postpone and picking it up. Kind of glad I did because of this, finding this, and now I might pick up number 4. Although I hear it's about to get totally caught up in Original Sin, and I'm not interested in that. So I'm glad I didn't put it on my pull. And then I hear it's going to play a big part in Axis, which is the next giant Marvel event, which is coming in September or October. So I don't know what I'm going to do about Loki. And then I picked up some Tom Strong. I think I may already have a copy of this that I already got in the dollar bin, but I wasn't sure, so I just grabbed it because there were more issues I got. So this is Tom Strong and the Planet of Peril, which is a mini-series from Vertigo, and I'm not sure how many issues there's supposed to be, but I've got issue 1, issue 2, 3 of 6. So there's 6 issues. So I've got the first 3, now I need to hunt down the last 3. So that's issue 2 and issue 3. And then this was totally a whim, just kind of seeing the creators. This is Superboy, the comic book. I don't know if this came out around the time of... was there another Superboy? I guess there was another Superboy TV show before Smallville. Now that I'm thinking about that this relates to the TV show, I'm less interested. The reason I picked it up is Superboy, and it's drawn by Jim Mooney. And Jim Mooney is a classic Silver Age and Bronze Age artist. He did a lot of inking at Marvel, a little bit of penciling, but I think he did a lot of penciling at DC on the Silver Age Superboy. So I thought it would be fun to see what looks like an 80s update on that, but I'll have to see. So there's this one. So that was number 5, number 6, and then number 7 is by Mark Waid, but probably back in his young hack days, and then number 8 back to being by John Moore, but all with Jim Mooney credited on the cover. So was kind of curious to see some Jim Mooney Superboy. Probably this would be something I could read with my daughter, except she wants Supergirl, not Superboy. Okay, guys, I'm going to talk to you later. A lot of people out there have contests, people who I'd like to support. I don't really want to win anything anymore, unless it's some original art or something. But I may enter in some contests, or I may not have time. Off the top of my head, Ivan Ruiz has a contest, and Tim Morant, and Hitman Von Doom all have contests. There's probably a few others having contests, all of whom I'd like to salute by entering their contests, but I don't know if I will. I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.